This is Feminem.
This is MCMC, aka The Ally, aka No Chains.
And this is Schoolboy LGBTQ.
And we are the Platonic Dimorphic Mold.
Everybody listen to the sick lyricism. We're about to drop some truth bombs about feminism. It's the next remix to Ignition with a hot and fresh definition.
Feminism is understanding and fighting systemic oppression to empower women, and by doing so, promote freedom of all oppressed groups. The history and goals of feminism are diverse, and we'll outline that for you in this next verse. You know feminism, it comes in waves. We'll start with the first, cause that's our fave. If you think it was just about suffrage, then you're wrong, cause it started off with more goals than we can name in the song. Jobs, education, temperance, abolition. It started off as a movement for more than just women. See, women and blacks worked side by side until 1840. There was a tragic divide. It split between abolition and women's rights instead of working together to relieve their plight. Anthony and Katie Stanton didn't learn this lesson, and that is called horizontal oppression. Women fought apprehension, condescension, and detention for comprehension, invention, the Seneca Falls Convention. And finally, in 1920, after jail and hunger strikes, the 19th Amendment was passed after a long fight.
After the bloody World War II, men said go back home and tie their shoes. But the knot of oppression was loosening as women were ready to fight. They took to the streets for equal rights. Around the same time in 1963, Betty Friedan wrote The Feminine Mystique. No, not related to the X-Men, although the movies are pretty sweet. If only the X-Men used their powers to finally pass the ERA. Or at least amend their name to X-People, cause Mystique also slays. Betty believed the real name issue was that gender roles was a problem without a name, but at least the Equal Pay Act that declared men and women to be paid the same. The National Organization for Women fought for more rights, knowing intersectionality was a reality. The sights were on international love for all races and sexualities. Later in 1972, by rule, no woman could be discriminated in education through Title IX, finally granting women the full benefits of school, such as learning how to spit fire rhymes. It's your boy, MCMC, aka The Ally. I can't understand the struggle of being a woman today, but I respect and promote their fight for equal pay. Not only that, but I'm fighting for these inequities to be stabled. Let me for once have to pull up a seat to their table. From the beginning, male lords were worshipped by those with the pronoun she, but the real lord to pray to is the one called Audrey. Wait, don't pray, that's just another tool for the master to prey on you. Not cool. Bell hooks taught me the importance of male feminists, so let me take this moment to reach out to you meninists. Your cause isn't real, and I find it insane, so listen to this rap to educate your brain. People talk of hardwiring being a difference between males and dames. The only wiring is that of the birdcage, preventing girls from playing the same game. Look at those math Olympian girls in South Korea. They're destroying US males like Hurricane Katrina. Men are always a woman's shining knight. It's time for us to learn when to step back and hand over the mic.
Now we have to discuss the sex-gender system to which we have all become a victim. You get mad and say it's all about tradition. I shouldn't have to choose my gender based on your permission. Sex is cells, hormones, and anatomy, not how you feel or your identity. From birth, we are told to choose one or the other, as opposed to giving us the chance to discover. With all of this social construction, let me make this clear. Bodies and genders do not always adhere. What is gender, you may ask? It's an institution, constantly policed until we reach a comfortable solution. The self is the self because you are. This binary opposition has gone too far. Men are supposed to be strong, stoic, and tough, not allowed to show pain when life gets rough. With these pent-up feelings too ashamed to cry, it's time for this rigid opposition to go bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye. You may think feminist is a dirty word, but just for a minute, allow us to be heard. We're not here to hex you or destroy the family. In fact, we want to make it so that everyone is free. We're not here to get angry or burn our bras, although that's perfectly acceptable and not at all wrong. Furthermore, we're not all middle-class lesbian or white. We come from all backgrounds and we're here to fight for equal pay, for a new pathway, for Hillary Clinton on Inauguration Day, to be seen as more than a mother, wife, a daughter, to be a boss, a leader, a member of this new world order that we're trying to create. to end the hate, to bring an end to sexual violence and rape, so that instead of living in fear, we live in pride, so we can own our own bodies instead of being objectified. So whether you're a feminist, an ally, or a spouse, join our cause so we can build a new house.
If you embrace race, gender, class, and sexuality, you're reaching the ultimate goal of intersectionality. You can laugh at this rhyme or think it's a waste of time, but if you feel oppressed by the master's house, then this could be a sign. One cause is all, and all are one cause. It's time for us to come together and fix society's flaws. Instead of dominate, silence, or restrain, we need the values of empowerment, togetherness, and taking away the pain. This rap is so fire, it can't be doused, because the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house.